in my own hometown. Stranger.
Howdy all, it's John here from Little John's Brewing, and today I'm into the second stage of the fresh wort kit versus all grain test experiment. I'm about to bottle, and as I indicated in that first video, I'm going to do a mix of carbonation methods. I can test that sort of thing at the same time. So what I've done with this batch, I've gone through and I've got the bottles prepped up with a variety of different priming methods. So I've got the old carbonation drops just strapped in the packet. So I've done a few bottles of those. I've used 2/3 of a drop per 330ml stubby because that works out to be right on the mark I'm looking at testing, which is around 2.2 grams of sugar per 330ml bottle. So I've also used some light dry malt, which obviously is going to be a little bit more. It worked out it was 3.3 grams per bottle, which gives me 10 grams a litre, which is a level I've used before and seems to work really well. And by the calculations gets us pretty much in the same ballpark as that 2.2, 2.3 with the simple sugars. I've done some dextrose. I've done some plain old kitchen white sugar, and I've also done some demerara, which is this stuff. It's pretty much a raw sugar. It's just so it's going to carry a little bit more molasses, but again it's still 100% fermentable. So I've used about 2.2, 2.3 grams of those sugars in those bottles. So I've got them all in. They've all been measured out accurately. Used the little drug scales. Not that they get used for drugs, but yeah. So everything's been measured nice and accurately. It's all in the bottles, so I'm just going to get myself ready to bottle everything up, and I'll get the camera rolling while I do that and have a bit of a yarn to you as while I go along. Righto folks, so I'm starting to bottle this up now. So this is the fresh wort kit, the All Inn Brewing Aussie Pale Ale, brewed up to 20 litres as per the instructions on the cube, with a 15 litre kit with 5 litres of water added. He's finished it. I've just dragged it out of the fridge. It's been fermented for 5 days at 20 degrees. Actually no, I lie, 18 degrees. And then was dry hopped for 2 days, and the temperature was dropped over 2 days down to 0.4 of a degree, where it sat for another 2 full days, and it's now ready for bottling. So this has just come straight out of the fridge, so this is still sitting nice and cold. I've got a gravity sample there which has come out of the 1008 1008 to keep with my normal way of expressing it, which is exactly what I was hoping to get. I started at about a 1040 SG, the nice healthy starter of M44 and US05. I was hoping to get around the 80% attenuation mark. That's sort of normally where I hit with those yeasts, and we've got that pretty much right around that 78-80%. Might even be 81. I haven't run it through. I have to run it through the software, but that's going to give me somewhere around 4.6, 4.7% in the bottle, which I like. So we've got a very mainstream alcohol content. It's not a little wheat fella, it's not overly strong. Would have been about 4.3% into a keg. And I suppose, you know, how you had I made it out to 21 or 22 litres, then we'd still be sitting around that mark in the bottle. So, but I'm pretty happy with that, and really for the sake of the experiment, 4.3, 4.7 doesn't really make much difference. It's all about the comparison between the wort kit and doing the all grain yourself. So I'm going to keep going with this one. I'll be back shortly after I finish bottling this one, and I'll get the all grain out, and we'll be able to compare the final gravities and see how it looks. Now bottling the all grain clone with the fresh wort kit. So this has been brewed side by side with the kit. I've taken a hydro sample there, and this one's actually finished at 1010, so it's 2 points higher than what the kit finished at, and that could come down simply to match temperatures, which I'm assuming it's going to be. Still gives me still an attenuation of 75%, which is bang on what you'd expect with the yeast, so it's not a concern. As I said, probably just simply a difference in mash temperature. I mashed around 66. Realistically, looking at that, had it been done at let's say 64 degrees, then we may have got the 1008. Could be all it is. But I'm not worried about that. So this is bottling up. I am noticing though, as I'm sitting here, I'm looking at this sample, that it is does appear to be a little bit lighter in colour, but by the same token, I did rack this brew off after 2 days of dry hopping, because I stuffed up my calculations a little bit. Because I added a little bit of the late boil hops to this that isn't in the kit, I was only going to do a half dry hop. So instead of the 60 grams that the wort kit got, I was only going to do 30. When it come to doing it, I've totally slipped my mind. I was only brewing 8 litres, not 20, because the remainder of that brew went back into the kit. So the dry hop should have only realistically been 12 grams, not 30. I didn't really want it sitting there for the full time with that extra amount. It's more than double what it should have been. So I racked it off after 2 days to try and get the bulk of the hop debris and stuff out of it, to try and compensate for the extra hops I put in the dry hop initially. And as a result, I think the beer itself is quite clearer. That could be all the colour is, maybe just because it is clearer. The wort kit was a bit cloudier. It did have a bit of obviously hot crud in it still, because it hadn't been taken off it. But it's interesting. It's just not just an observation on racking. Just while we're quickly going, clearly, fucking clearly, this beer is noticeably clearer, and I can only put it down to that racking. So that's something I've never done. Certainly not after at that sort of point. I've racked the bulk prime, and I think once or twice many moons ago I've racked off to put a lager into secondary, but never have I done that sort of thing where I've just, at the end of dry hopping, which was still at fermentation temperature, then racked it off there, and then cold crashed. At this point in time, it seems to have made a difference. It will be more telling, yeah, in a few weeks' time, once it's carbonated up and it's had time to settle in the bottle, to see what difference it actually does make. It might not make any when it comes to the end of the day. I've never been really a big fan on the benefits of racking, especially in home brew. Clarity is not an important thing, but that's something else for us to look at. Well, I'm going to continue on here, finish this up, and I put these in the cupboard for a couple of weeks. Give them a couple of weeks, give them a week in the fridge. So 3-4 weeks from now, probably 4 weeks, we're middle of autumn, starting to slide towards winter. We've already had a couple of cold days. It's getting down to single figures overnight. So I think we might need 3 weeks to actually get these guys to carb up. Yeah, but I might stick them inside. Try and get them done in 2 weeks. I can be an impatient bastard at times, but we'll see. But yeah, realistically, probably going to be 4 weeks before we're ready to be tasting these. So until then, good brewing.